Hi everybody. I wanted to do a little lesson, just a little bit of guidance on how my picking hand performs mechanically. Okay, so you specifically having your pinky as an anchor point on the body of the guitar, specifically for me around the sound hole of an acoustic guitar on the pick guard, or not. There are a lot of people that you'll see out there that pick with a semi-closed hand, and they do a really good, there are a lot of professional players that play like that, and it is a totally viable way of playing. I just don't know how to do it. I learned a different way, and this is a habit that's been ingrained, and I want to share it with you. But this is how I go about it. So your arms are essentially, right now my knees are balancing the guitar, right? Then my left hand picks up the guitar neck. Now we're still a little off kilter. Now this right hand is another balance point. You use it for all kinds of things while you're trying to leverage the guitar to get vibrato, to play bar chords, and to do all kinds of stuff. Your right arm, or your picking hand if you're left-handed, is resting on the guitar body up here, right? So that's the first thing you want to get, is a little bit of balance. Let that picking hand, forearm rest on the top of the guitar, and I feel pretty well balanced here. Now we come to the picking, right? I'm going to be playing some chords, or playing some scales, or picking some Metallica riffs. Whatever I'm doing, we won't get into that. Whatever I'm doing, I've got my picking hand anchored with my pinky. And where that comes in is, you've got your left hand here, right arm up here. Your hand just kind of comes down and it just touches down, like that Mars rover that just landed about an hour ago. Congratulations to NASA on that. But it's going to come down through the atmosphere, land just lightly. It just touches. So when we talk about an anchor point, it's not like a ship's anchor that holds it there and your hand doesn't move from that spot. It's more like a ballerina, like a very live dancer that will come up and down off of where you have it, quote unquote, anchored, as needed, but it always touches down. It always knows that that's the spot. That's where my balance is. That's where I return to. And it's really going to help your playing while you're playing everything, again, from chords to scale passages. So let's just try, speaking of scales, a little C major scale. Okay, we're going to be descending with our pinky on the 8th fret of the high E string. And I'm not going to say all the frets. If you know your major scale, okay, so my pinky is there so that whether I'm playing the notes really slowly it's there to keep my picking hand in place. If I'm playing quicker notes, like a passage like you don't need to worry about following along with that, but just to demonstrate, when you're playing passages like that, that pinky really helps. If my hand were free floating, it may not sound a ton different, but it feels a ton different to me, and I feel way less out of control, way less efficient with moving the pick that way, operating my picking hand that way. So efficiency is really key when you're playing guitar, when you're playing passages that have a lot of movement with the picking hand, like so you might have been able to see that my pinky is coming off just a little bit as I'm playing. Jared just did. And that's natural. You want to let that happen as needed and let it touch back down when you need to strum again. You need that placement and that anchoring. So give that a shot with the chord progressions that you know. There are a few other lessons on some chord progressions like G, C, D, G. Any that you know, try letting that pinky hang out. Touch that forearm down where it's good, you're all balanced, and then let that pinky hit around the sound hole is where it works for me, on the pick guard, and try your scales, your chromatic scales, your pentatonic scales, your major scales, with that pinky in place and holding it down. Thanks. See you soon.